The Kind Lion and the Helpful Mouse. In the jungle, there was a kind lion and a tiny mouse. One day, while the lion was resting, the little mouse accidentally ran across his paw. The lion woke up and looked down at the mouse. The mouse was scared and asked the lion for help. The lion felt kind and gently lifted his paw, setting the mouse free. The mouse thanked the lion and hurried away. A little later, the lion was caught in a hunter's net. He struggled and roared for help, but no one heard him. The mouse, remembering the lion's kindness, came running. The mouse saw the lion trapped and knew just what to do. With his sharp little teeth, he chewed and chewed until the net broke apart. The lion was free. The lion was so grateful to the mouse for saving him. He realized that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. The lion and the mouse became the best of friends. From that day on, the lion and the mouse helped each other and showed others the importance of being kind. They taught everyone that even the tiniest creatures can make a big difference when they care for each other. And so, the kind lion and the helpful mouse taught us the value of kindness and friendship. They showed us that when we help one another, we can overcome any challenge together.
The kindness ripple, spreading good deeds in the community. Once upon a time, there was a kind girl named Alice. She loved making people happy and believed that even small acts of kindness could make a big difference. One day, Alice saw Mr. Jenkins struggling with heavy grocery bags. She offered to help him and they walked together, talking and smiling. Mr. Jenkins felt grateful and not so lonely anymore. He realized that a little help could mean a lot. Because of Alice's kindness, Mr. Jenkins decided to help Mrs. Thompson by mowing her lawn. Mrs. Thompson was very thankful and made cookies for Mrs. Garcia to say thank you. Mrs. Garcia was so touched that she shared the cookies with children in the village. The children made colorful drawings and cards for patients at the hospital. The patients smiled and felt loved. The acts of kindness continued in the village. People helped each other and showed love and care. The village became a warm and kind community. Alice was amazed at the impact of her kindness. She realized that even though she was young, she could make a difference. Alice kept spreading kindness by helping friends, sharing toys, and giving warm smiles. The village became famous for its kindness. People from other places came to see the love and care. Alice's kindness had made a big difference in everyone's lives. And so, the story of Alice and the kindness ripple teaches children the importance of being kind. It shows them that even small acts of kindness can make the world a better place. The end.
The Little Chef's Surprise, a recipe for courage and deliciousness. In a cozy neighborhood, there was a girl named Hawa who loved cooking. She wanted to make something special for her family and friends. With her apron on, she went on a cooking adventure, gathering ingredients and spices. Hawa didn't know exactly what she wanted to make, but she wanted it to be amazing. She felt a bit nervous, but knew she had to be brave. She took a deep breath and started cooking. With each step, Hawa added her own style and a lot of love. She chopped, stirred, and seasoned the food, making sure everything tasted just right. As the delicious smells filled the kitchen, Hawa's loved ones came to see what she was making. They watched in awe as she cooked with confidence and determination. Finally, the time came to reveal the surprise dish. Hawa served her creation to her family and friends. They took a bite and couldn't stop smiling. They loved it. Hawa's dish was a success, and everyone praised her cooking skills. But it wasn't just about the food. Hawa showed everyone that with courage and passion, they could do amazing things too. Her family and friends felt inspired to be creative and face challenges with determination. From that day on, Hawa continued to cook with passion. She surprised her loved ones with new dishes, always bringing joy to their meals. She never stopped learning and trying new things, knowing that the real joy was in sharing delicious food with others. And so, the story of the little chef, Hawa, reminded everyone to follow their passions, believe in themselves, and be brave in pursuing their dreams.
The mystery of honesty. The case of the missing cookies. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Alex who lived in a quiet neighborhood. Alex was known for always telling the truth and being fair. He believed that being honest was important to keep trust. One sunny day, something strange happened that tested Alex's honesty. It all started when Mrs. Johnson, Alex's neighbor, baked yummy chocolate chip cookies. The smell was so good that everyone wanted a taste, including Alex. Mrs. Johnson left the cookies to cool on the windowsill. Later, when Mrs. Johnson went to get the cookies, they were gone. She was confused and sad. People in the neighborhood started wondering who took them. Alex wanted to solve the mystery. He knew finding the truth was important, even if it was not what people wanted to hear. He started by talking to everyone who was there when the cookies went missing. He listened carefully and watched their reactions. Then, Alex looked for clues outside. He saw little footprints near the windowsill. He followed the footprints and looked for chewed leaves. He thought maybe an animal took the cookies. After days of searching, Alex found evidence that a sneaky raccoon had taken the cookies. He was happy to solve the mystery and wanted to tell Mrs. Johnson. Alex went to Mrs. Johnson and told her what he found. He explained everything and showed her the evidence. Mrs. Johnson appreciated Alex's honesty and thanked him for his hard work. Even though the cookies were gone, Mrs. Johnson was glad to know the truth. She praised Alex for being honest and determined. They decided to be more careful in the future to keep the cookies safe. News of Alex's honesty spread, and everyone in the neighborhood admired him. His actions inspired others to be truthful too. The mystery of honesty, also known as the case of the missing cookies, became a famous story. It showed that being honest and fair was very important. Alex's investigation taught him to always tell the truth and be trusted by others. And so, the story of Alex's search for honesty became a reminder to everyone that telling the truth is essential and keeping trust is a responsibility we all have. The end.
The pilot's wings soaring through the skies. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Ben who loved airplanes. He dreamed of becoming a pilot and flying through the sky. Ben would watch airplanes with excitement and imagine himself flying them. As Ben grew up, his love for airplanes grew stronger. He read books and watched videos about planes and pilots. His room was filled with model airplanes and posters. One day, Ben went to an air show with his parents. He saw planes doing tricks in the sky and knew he wanted to be a pilot. Ben studied hard in school and learned about how airplanes fly. After finishing school, Ben went to flight school. He practiced in a flight simulator and learned about navigation and weather. Finally, he had his first flight as a student pilot. Ben followed his instructor's guidance and felt the thrill of flying. During his training, Ben faced challenges and had to work hard to improve his skills. He learned how to handle different situations and make quick decisions while flying. Ben's determination and perseverance helped him overcome obstacles and become a confident pilot. With more training, Ben became a skilled pilot. He learned how to navigate and communicate with air traffic control. Ben's dream of flying became real. Years later, Ben became a captain for an airline. He flew passengers to different places, sharing his love for flying. Ben's hard work and passion made him a respected pilot. And so, Ben's dream of being a pilot came true. His story taught children to follow their dreams and work hard. Ben showed them that with determination, they could make their dreams come true. The end. The Polite Elephant. Once upon a time, there was a very nice elephant. It lived in a big forest with many trees and pretty flowers. All the animals loved this elephant because it was always so polite. One sunny day, the nice elephant saw some monkeys playing in the trees. It wanted to join them, so it walked up and asked, "Can I play too, please?" The monkeys were surprised to see such a friendly elephant. They happily said, "Yes, you can play with us. We're happy to have you." The elephant played the monkeys' games and took turns with everyone. It used kind words and listened carefully to its new friends. The monkeys were really happy to have such a nice and friendly elephant playing with them. After playing, the elephant kept walking in the forest. It found a little bird sitting on a branch, looking worried. The elephant walked over and asked, "Are you okay? How can I help you?" The bird looked up and said, "I'm lost and can't find my nest." The kind elephant thought for a moment and said, "Don't worry, little bird. I'll help you find your way home." The elephant gently picked up the bird and flew up into the sky. They searched together until they found the bird's nest in a tall tree. The bird was so happy and thanked the elephant for being so helpful. The elephant smiled and said, "You're welcome. I was happy to help you." From that day on, all the animals in the forest knew about the nice elephant's kindness. They admired the elephant and tried to be as kind as it was. And so, the nice elephant lived happily in the forest, making friends and spreading kindness with its polite ways. The end. The Power of Honesty, a Lesson in Trustworthiness. Once upon a time, in a little village, there was a boy named Tim. Tim loved playing with his friends, but sometimes he made mistakes. One day, Tim accidentally broke his friend's favorite toy car. He felt scared and didn't know what to do. Instead of hiding the truth, Tim decided to be honest. He went up to his friend and said, "I'm really sorry, but I accidentally broke your toy car. I didn't mean to, and I feel really bad about it." Tim's friend looked surprised at first but then smiled and said, "Thank you for being honest, Tim. It's okay, accidents happen. I appreciate your honesty." Tim felt relieved that his friend forgave him. He learned that being honest was important because it showed that he was trustworthy. He realized that telling the truth, even when it was hard, was the right thing to do. From that day on, Tim made a promise to himself to always be honest. He knew that when he told the truth, people would trust and respect him more. His friendships grew stronger because his friends knew they could count on him to be truthful. Tim also discovered that being honest helped him feel good about himself. He didn't have to carry the weight of lies or worry about getting caught. Honesty gave him a sense of freedom and peace in his heart. As Tim grew older, he continued to practice honesty in all aspects of his life. He became known as a reliable and trustworthy person. People sought his advice and valued his opinion because they knew he would always be truthful. The story of Tim taught children that the power of honesty was important for building strong relationships and gaining the trust of others. It showed them that being honest might not always be easy, but it was the right thing to do. Tim's story became a lesson in trustworthiness, reminding children that honesty is a superpower that brings happiness and builds lasting friendships.